And let me open it up for questions, comments. Yes, sir.
What more do you want to hear from the president himself in the next hour, or from members of the administration when they brief Congress about the strategy for what comes next? And what, in your view, is the role of Congress in overseeing or authorizing potential further military action in Iraq, or maybe even in Iran?
Well, if it's in Iraq, the president already has all authority to act. The president didn't need an AUMF to act on this. This is more of an Article 2. He was very clear in his actions where he went. I think all of America has to understand, too, there was a moment in time when the U.S. drone was shot down. Many of us thought action should be taken at that moment. I thought the president was correct when he pulled back. He wanted to give pause. He wanted to de-escalate the situation. It was Iran who chose to do different. What did they do since? They killed a U.S. citizen, and they attacked our embassy. The president has all authority to defend us, and he used that right to do it. Today, we'll have a full briefing. We had a Gang of 8 meeting yesterday. I hope all members go, put their politics aside, and walk into that room as an American and listen to the information. I think we should put aside impeachment and have an intel committee that works on intel instead of try to change it to impeachment, especially what has been happening for the last 6 months. This hasn't just taken place within the last week. Iran has been trying to push us for quite some time in a more aggressive manner than they have for quite a while. Yes.
Democrats will differentiate the taking out of bin Laden and even al-Awlaki to this particular situation with Soleimani, saying that Soleimani was, even though he was a terrorist, but he was also a state head over in Iran. What are your thoughts on that as far as the essentially differentiating between these circumstances as far as...
More than 600 servicemen were murdered by Soleimani. I don't think there's any difference of opinion. I think the Democrats are wrong if they would even try to raise that issue. And I hope when they go into the briefing, for those who may be new, listen and be educated. I hope they listen to what was planned in the future. I hope they paid attention to what happened in the last month. Maybe they were too focused on impeachment to see what was happening, what Iran was doing to America throughout the world. Maybe they should pay more attention to what happened when the billions of dollars from the last administration was sent to them and where the money was spent. Was some of that money spent and used in military weapons to come directly back at our men and women in uniform? I hope they ask that question first. Yes.
Iran has essentially offered an off-ramp. Do you think the president should take it, or are you calling for some sort of retaliation?
I will allow the president to speak to the nation. I'll allow him to gather all the information, and I think the president had handled this correctly all the way through. I trust his judgment, and I know he's making us safer by the actions he's taking.
Also, one more question. Do you think Pompeo should come testify publicly in front of Congress about Iran?
I believe Pompeo is not going to, he's going to be there today, is he not? He'll be in front of Congress today to ask any questions and answer any questions any member of Congress has.
But what about it publicly in the hearing?
I think at this moment in time, the most important thing to do, let's deal with the situation at hand. I think that's more important instead of taking Pompeo away from his job.
Mr. Leader, it's been 3 weeks since the impeachment articles. What do you make of the delay?
I make of the delay by the speaker is just another example of how weak her case is. The idea that she had to rush us, that she had to get it because it was so imperative that it move forward, the idea that she wouldn't move it forward just shows the weakness of the case, and more importantly, the no need for it. I think our focus should be other places, and we've been giving that example. Unfortunately, as she told us when she was first sworn into office, they would govern differently. She told us she had to hurry through impeachment because this year was going to be different. It continues to show the only agenda they have is impeachment, and America needs something different.